Not everything you do has to be done with the intent of success. Some things that you choose to do can be just to try something new and just to gain an experience. We as humans so commonly just settle on these ideas that we have, and the ideas that I personally believe that were given by God, and like these dreams and all of this stuff. I personally believe that all comes from a higher place. I think that we're almost like called to do something and accomplish something in our lives, whether you agree with me or not. Everybody has some kind of dream, and if you haven't got one, then it just hasn't found you yet. And I believe that everyone in life will have a dream at some point, and the dreams will vary, as I mentioned in a lot of my videos before. For some people, the definition of success is to achieve their dreams. For some, is to just live a comfortable life. For some, is something else. Everyone has a complete different definition of how they define a lot of these things. However, back to what I was just talking about, everyone has kind of in my opinion at least, a mission to fulfill. And you are blessed with talents, with abilities, with all of these amazing things. And because of that, just got a milk s'mores. Definitely not the healthiest option, but you know, not gonna promote healthy lifestyles, but yeah, just got that. Everyone has a mission to fulfill. However, we are blessed with all of these talents. Everyone has a talent in something. Something just comes easier to you than it does for others. And different types of abilities. Are you more of a STEM kind of person, or are you kind of more into the humanities of it all? You can obviously be a mix of those two as well. Something that I love to think about is how we shouldn't feel the need to be kind of defined into one place, whether you are right or if you are left, whether you are pro something or against something, whether you like something or dislike something. There's such a big spectrum in between all of these things. You don't have to be one thing or the other. Just, it's the same thing with what you choose to do with your life. You don't have to just be a scientist you don't have to just be a doctor, and because you're a doctor you can't now go into pursuing acting. Like, no, you can balance the two worlds if you are if you are fit for the two things. And so we have to stop overall putting ourselves in a cage of this idea that we have to be in one specific thing at once and we can't branch out. We as humans are such varied and such just interesting beings. We can't fit a mold, and the funny thing is that this mold that was created by us, but this mold is very imperfect. It's very monotone, it's very singular, and it is really something that just, it's limiting us. We are meant to kind of be freeforms. But anyway, that is so far from what this video is about. Anyway, but ultimately, kind of actually to do with this topic that I was going to talk about, because we kind of fit this, we feel as though we have to fit this specific mold where we can only be good at one thing and only one way is to happen. We can almost tie that into what this whole video is meant to be about anyway, before I completely went off topic. The problem is that you're constantly, every single time you have an idea in your mind, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this has to succeed, this has to become this has to be this big thing. No. You have to understand how exciting it is that failure actually exists, that we can fail at things. Imagine how boring life would be if we knew that everything we would do was going to succeed. By failure, we add so much more to our lives. So, if you are failing at something that you really like to do, just go through and keep doing it. You're gaining so many experiences, you're doing so many things. And I'm actually turning 20 very soon, and I know that I'm very young, but I still feel as though I have so little time. And I think that this is a common experience through a lot of people exiting their teenagers and entering their like young adult years. They kind of feel as though they just really are lacking a lot of time, and they're not in the place that they thought that they were going to be. They feel as though, you know, they wasted everything they had. But that's not true. One thing I would do a lot is, because out of fear, I would drag myself back and I wouldn't do anything. It got to the point where if I had to sit back and look back on my year, I would think to myself and wonder, like, what did I do this whole year? And I couldn't put down more than 5 things on a piece of paper of things that I did. And And that's because I was leading through life with fear. I was fearful, and I was leading through life with a lot of fear. And as I said, this channel is, a lot of these messages are for you, but also for me too. I really want you to know that I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes as me, and if you are making the same mistakes as me, that we can kind of get out of them together. Because leading your life with fear strains you back, and it really puts you in a very stagnant position because you are so fearful of absolutely everything. That leads you to being in the same place all the time. So stop being so afraid of failure is what I'm trying to get at. Stop being so afraid of failure that you don't go through with your ideas. Even if you think your ideas are genuinely, like, they're horrible. Like, I don't know, you wrote a script to a movie and you think the script is horrible. No, go and submit it to some producer just for the fun of it. Have some fun, is what I'm trying to say. Stop looking for things to be big and successful, but also start looking at how fun this could possibly be. Like, don't do this necessarily for success. Do this for the fun of it. Do this for the unexpected opportunities that can come from it. Because trust me, you sending in your script to a massive production studio, you putting your script online, you doing something else with that script will put you in a position that sitting there and thinking this is horrible and not publishing it anyway, it will put you in a completely different position too if you were just sitting there and doing nothing. It would put you in a completely different position and open up doors to a little bit more opportunities. Don't underestimate the opportunities that can come from things. Almost look forward to failure because failure will bring on a lot of journeys and adventures that you never even expected to be on. And either way, failure is inevitable. You're not going to be succeeding all the time. You're going to fail. So whether you do it in the eyes of the public or not, at least you're doing something. And so what this video really is about, and what I wanted it to be about, is to have some fun with your ideas. Just put them out there. Just put it all out there and just kind of let the world do what it wants with it. And maybe you just will meet the right audience. Maybe you will miss the mark. However, you did something, and that's better than not doing anything. And this comes from a position of someone who chose to live their life for a very long time. I have so many ideas, unrealized ideas from when I was 14 years old. And I don't regret a lot in life, but what I regret is never going through with anything, because I was just too afraid of how it would look like, of failure. But ultimately, if I just really took all my ideas and I put them all out there and I made the mistakes that now, looking back with a lot more knowledge than I had when I was 14 years old, looking back at that, it's put me like in a situation where I understand that I would have made a lot of mistakes because I did not know a lot. I thought I knew a lot, but I didn't know anything. And I would have made a lot of mistakes, but those mistakes would lead me to a lot of beautiful places. And that's just where the learning comes in, but you're doing something. So if you are failing, just know that you are doing something, and stop putting things off because you're scared you will fail, because you lack the confidence that you can achieve something. Stop putting off getting a job because you don't believe that you are competent enough to do it, or because you don't know if you'll be able to do it. Just go in and do it. Just go in and try, even for the fun of it. Even if you were to get fired, even if you were to have that script fail, whatever the case is, whatever the worst outcome could possibly be, just do it almost for the fun of it, to see what you can get out of it. Maybe it won't be exactly what you thought it would be, or it isn't the exact creation that you would have wanted in your head, but at least you're having some fun with life in the aspect of you're doing something, and you're going to go through a lot more experiences through that. You're going to experience a lot more, and looking back on your year, at least you'll be able to say that you tried this, unlike me, where I couldn't name 5 things of the things that I did. I couldn't name 5 things I did. So by putting things out there, you're opening yourself up to being able to potentially get and go a lot further than people that don't do anything. So as I'm saying, just stop being so focused and stuck up on the idea of success, because it can really blind you. That idea of success can really blind you and almost make you search for perfection in a very beginner in beginner circumstances, and you won't ever be satisfied with your work, and you will always think it's bad if you're never just allowing yourself to learn, and to learn is to put yourself out there too. So have some fun and stop being so fixated on the idea of success. It's good to have it in the back of your mind, but that can't be blinding you with just you putting things out, if it is. And so yeah, that's the video for today. Looking back also on my YouTube channel, I made a lot of mistakes with the way I uploaded my videos, the inconsistency. Really ruined it with that one, but that is okay, because I believe that these messages are to be heard by anyone anyway. And also, I remember when I made that Embrace Femininity video, I think it was my second or third video. That video, it took me a while to edit, and it's because I was watching a lot of edits about masculinity, and I was like, we need a bit of femininity in here as well. In the aspect of, like, I believe that femininity is really in a downward spiral. We've kind of got the wrong message across when it comes to a lot of movements. And it wasn't displayed exactly in the right way, in my opinion at least. And so I really wanted to make that video, and I just put it out there. And I never expected that video to, like, do so well. In the back of my mind, I had this video could do pretty well, but it was like one day it wasn't doing too well, second day it was a little bit better, and then third day is like when I started doing really well, and etc. But if you're only doing something for it to succeed, or for it to make you rich, or for it to make you happier, you are blinded by a very false narrative in your mind, which is very hard to escape, but that narrative will lead you to a lot of distress and just put you in a lot of negative situations, and you'll be very dissatisfied. Most people experienced breakthroughs and successes with works that they never thought would be seen or understood, because that wasn't what they were focusing on. They were focusing just on creating that concrete thing. And so if in the back of your mind all you have is just, not in the back of your mind, in the front of your mind actually, I'm doing this because I just want to be rich, or I'm doing this just because I want to do blah, 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 blah. It's very unlikely for those things to work out for you. Unfortunately, you have to go with something that is interesting to you. Like, as I said, that video that I made, I didn't make it to have my channel gain subscribers and gain views. I didn't do that video for that reason. I did it because I wanted to make that video. That's really it. And in the back of my mind, I had this idea of, this could actually go, like, pretty well for me. I really like it, and I really want to have something good out of this. But that was never the kind of front-facing thing of it all. You have to kind of understand where exactly you lie on that scale of, am I doing, what reason are you doing this for? And if you're doing it for the wrong or right reasons, either way, just go for it and try it anyway. But the things that you mostly want to work out, are you doing it, for example, for the money, as it usually is? Or are you doing it because you genuinely have an idea that you want to push through? That's the video for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.